Good morning, student. I hope you all are fit and fine. I also hope that you have gone through the last topic which I have explained, the topic that is density and relative density. Now, today we will move to the next topic of the chapter, that is pressure exerted by the fluid. Pressure exerted by the fluid. What is fluid? A substance which can flow is called fluid. It means that fluid includes both liquid and gases. Fluid includes both liquid and gases, means both have the property of flowing. Here we will precisely concentrate on the liquid, pressure exerted by the liquid. So you know that children, a fluid contained in a vessel. Here using the word fluid means here it includes both liquid and gases. Especially we are dealing with the fluid here, liquid and gases. So I have written here, a fluid contained in a vessel exert pressure at all points of the vessel and in all direction. Means as in the class 8 you have studied that gas exert pressure in all direction. So liquid also exerts the pressure in a closed vessel equally in all direction. Let us see an experiment how you can prove that liquid exerts pressure in all direction. What you do, you take a rubber ball. एक रबर बॉल आप ले लीजिए, एक रबर बॉल लीजिए and you make a small hole with the help of फाइन पिन. जगह जगह पे आप छोटे होल्स बना लीजिए विद द हेल्प ऑफ फाइन पिन्स, टिप ऑफ द फाइन पिन्स, एंड एट वन ऑफ द बॉल यू मेक अ लिटिल बिट वाइडर होल्स. वाई? व्हाट यू डू? यू फिल दिस बॉल विथ वाटर. इसमें पानी भर दीजिए. इस बॉल में आप पानी भर दीजिए. जब आप पानी भर देंगे तो व्हाट यू विल सी, ये फाइन होल है विद द टिप ऑफ द पिन से, तो ऐसे इससे तुरंत पानी बाहर गिरेगा नहीं ना. अब इसको बंद कर दीजिए. नाउ व्हाट यू डू, you press this ball with your hands, or you squeeze the ball with your hands. अपने हाथ से उस बॉल को दबाएंगे तो what you will see, the flow of stream of water is coming out from these fine holes. जैसे ही आप जितना स्क्वीज करेंगे तो पानी का फुहारा के जैसा चारों तरफ से इस फाइन होल से बाहर निकलेगा. एंड व्हेन यू ब्रिंग योर फिंगर नियर दिस stream of water flowing through the holes, you will feel pressure is exerted, or force is experiences on your finger. Now this shows that a fluid contained in a vessel exerts pressure at the vessel and in all direction. जितना आप दबाएंगे उतना तेजी से निकलेगा. दूसरी पॉइंट क्या है, all the stream of water reach almost the same distance in air. means इसको आप जितने फोर्स से दबा रहे हैं, प्रेस कर रहे हैं, स्क्वीज कर रहे हैं, तो पानी जो निकल रहा है इस होल से वो करीब करीब आप देखेंगे सबसे बराबर दूरी पे बाहर निकल रहा है पानी। यानी दिस ऑल्सो शोज दैट प्रेशर एक्सर्टेड इक्वली इन ऑल डायरेक्शन। ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस, a physicist called Pascal's, he gave a Pascal law. What does the Pascal law says? That if in a closed vessel, if there is any change in pressure on the fluid contained in a closed vessel, that change in pressure will absorb or distributed इक्वली इन ऑल डायरेक्शन। मतलब पास्कल लॉ क्या कहता है कि कोई भी क्लोज वेसल में अगर लिक्विड भरा हुआ है और उस क्लोज वेसल में अगर हम कहीं भी प्रेशर एक्सर्ट करते हैं, देयर इज एनी चेंज इन प्रेशर इन एनी पार्ट ऑफ दैट लिक्विड, दैट चेंज इन प्रेशर इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड अनडिमिनिश्ड in all direction in equal proportion. So this is called Pascal law. Now let us see the statement, proper statement of the Pascal law. Now let us see the Pascal law. Pascal law states that in an enclosed fluid, as you have seen the example, I have given in a rubber ball, fine thin holes are done, and in that the liquid water is poured into it. In the similar way, in an enclosed fluid, if pressure is changed in any part of the fluid, then this change of pressure is transmitted undiminished to all the other parts of the fluid. जैसे कि हमने आपको बताया कि उस रबर बॉल के अंदर जो पानी भरे थे, we have filled water in that rubber ball, and when you squeeze it, water flows out through that fine holes in the form of the stream, and again we exert more pressure on it, then more water flows out with at equal distance from in all direction equally, whatever the pressure. Means here it says that if there is any change in pressure in the closed vessel of the liquid at any point, that change will be equally transmitted to all other parts of the fluid. So this is called a Pascal law. You can write it on the statement of the Pascal law. Now children, next part of this topic is buoyant force or buoyancy. Buoyant force or you can say buoyancy. Now let us see what is buoyancy. Children, all of you have a bucket at your home. If you have not done this experiment, you can do it very easy and common phenomena which you observe daily when you go to the bathroom for bathing and with the help of mug and bucket, taking water in the bucket and you try to take out the water from the bucket with the help of mug and you pour on your body. ये सिलसिला चलता है, नहाने जाते हैं आप, बकेट में पानी भरते हैं, मग से पानी लेके नहाते हैं, ये आप करते हैं, रोज बाथरूम जाते हैं तो नहाते हुए हैं, ये तो सब लोग करते हैं. बट ए कॉमन फेनोमेना which you observe, you take a bucket of water टेक ए क्लोज्ड कैन, कोई डब्बा ले लीजिए बंद हो चारों तरफ से, उसमें कुछ है ना, खाली डब्बा हो जो भी हो, उसको बंद कर दीजिए पूरी तरफ से, एंड यू ट्राई टू पुश दैट कैन इनसाइड दी वाटर। जैसे ये हमने बकेट लिया, इसमें पानी भरा हुआ है, अब हमने एक क्लोज कैन लिया है और इसको हम पुश कर रहे हैं पानी के अंदर डालने का। व्हाट यू विल सी, दिस कैन विल नॉट go inside the water. As soon as you release this pressure from the upward, this can will come upside. जैसे ही आप यहां से दबाए हैं जब तब तक वो डब्बा पानी के अंदर रहेगा दबा हुआ। जैसे ही आप यहां से प्रेशर हटाएंगे, अपना हाथ हटा देंगे, तो क्या होगा, वो कैन फट से ऊपर आ जाएगा। इसी तरह से क्या होता है, आप नहाते समय क्या करिए, मग ले लीजिए, आप मग को उलट दीजिए, उल्टा रखिए, इन्वर्टेड मग, and you try to push that mug in a bucket of water to the bottom of the bucket. उस मग को उल्टा करके आप पानी के अंदर उसको प्रेस करिए अंदर जाने के लिए। It will not go inside, it will come upwards. जैसे ही आप हाथ हटाएंगे क्या होगा, वो पानी मग जो है ऊपर आ जाएगा। It means that somehow what you see, this liquid, that is water here, is exerting some force on the object which is partially or wholly immersed, try to immerse in the liquid, and this force which is exerted by the liquid is called upthrust force or buoyant force. क्या कहलाएगा, buoyant force or upthrust force, buoyant force or upthrust force. Means you can also define the buoyant force in this way: when an object is partially or wholly immersed in a liquid, and if that liquid exerts the force on the object in upward direction, that force is called upthrust force or buoyant force. And the phenomena or the property of the fluid to exert the buoyant force is known as buoyancy. Property of the fluid to exert the buoyant force or upthrust force is known as buoyancy. So, buoyancy of an liquid depends upon what factor? Buoyancy of the liquid depends upon the volume of the object immersed in the liquid. Buoyancy of the liquid is directly proportional to the volume of the object immersed in the liquid. Means if the larger volume of the substance is immersed in the liquid, the greater buoyant force will be exerted by the liquid. Second property factor that on which buoyancy depends is the density of the liquid. If the liquid has greater density, then that liquid will exert greater buoyancy force or greater buoyant force or upthrust force. So, two factors on which the buoyant force of a liquid depends. Once again, I am repeating these terms, buoyancy and buoyant force. Means whenever an object is partially or wholly immersed in a liquid, the liquid exerted the force on the object in upward direction, and that force is called upthrust force or buoyant force. And the property of the liquid to exert the buoyant force or upthrust force is known as buoyancy. The factors on which the buoyant force depend. The first factor is the volume of the object immersed in the liquid. How it depends? It is directly proportional to the volume of the object immersed in the liquid. Means, if the volume of the object immersed in the liquid is more or greater or larger, then the buoyant force exerted by the liquid is also larger. Second factor is density of the liquid. If the density of the liquid is greater, then the buoyant force exerted by the liquid is also greater. That is why a swimmer has applying very less effort while swimming in the sea water than in the river water. Why? The density of the sea water is more in comparison to the density of the fresh water or river water, because sea water contains dissolved salt in it, and due to which the sea water has greater density, and due to the greater density the sea water exerts greater upthrust force, greater buoyant force, so it helps the swimmer to swim easily in the sea water in comparison to the river water. Now we will move to the next part of this topic. Now, just now I have explained the buoyant force or upthrust force. You should know the reason for the upthrust force or buoyant force exerted by the liquid. You know the children, you have studied in class 8, the pressure of the liquid increases with the increase in depth, and the formula is that P is equal to H into rho into G. Means this is the pressure exerted by the liquid column. ये है formula. Now you take a container containing liquid, that is water in it. इसमें पानी भर दीजिए आप. Now, what you do? You immersed a wooden block. ये है आपका wooden block. You know that just you have seen that liquid exert pressure in all from all direction. ये आपने अभी एक्सपेरिमेंट भी देखा, समझा भी है. तो यहां भी क्या होगा? When you immerse a wooden block in the liquid, तो यहां भी इधर से प्रेशर लगेगा, इधर से प्रेशर लगेगा, इधर से भी प्रेशर लगेगा और इधर से भी प्रेशर लगेगा. इसको हम मान लेते हैं P1, इधर से जो नीचे से ऊपर की ओर लग रहा P2, P3 एंड P4. चारों तरफ से इस वुडन ब्लॉक पे प्रेशर लग रहा है in the liquid. You know that the pressure exerted by the side of the liquid, इधर से और इधर से, is equal, यानी P3 is equal to P4. That is why this pressure is balanced. No effect of this pressure will exert. But just now I have told you that pressure of the liquid increases with the increase in depth. So when the pressure exerted on this part, that is AB part of the block, is the height of the liquid is this much. So there is a less height of the liquid. So the pressure exerted on the AB part, that is P1, will be less than to whom the pressure exerted by the liquid at the more depth area, that is on the face CD, that is P2 is greater than P1, and due to this pressure difference, that is P2 minus P1, will give the result of upthrust force or buoyant force. It means that if the upthrust force is greater, or you can say the pressure exerted by the liquid in upward direction is greater than the pressure exerted by the liquid in downward direction, then this object will float in the liquid. मतलब जो फोर्स ऊपर से लग रहा है लिक्विड के द्वारा और जो फोर्स नीचे से लग रहा है, अगर ऊपर से कम फोर्स लग रहा है और बिलो द लिक्विड below the wooden block, if the pressure exerted or the force exerted by the liquid is much greater than this P1, then what will happen? This object will float in the liquid. और अगर ये pressure exerted or force exerted by the liquid in upward direction is less than the if क्या P1 is greater than P2, मतलब force exerted by the liquid in downward direction is greater than the force exerted by the liquid in upward direction, then what will happen? That object will sink in the liquid. कि अगर ऊपर का फोर्स ज्यादा लग रहा है ऑब्जेक्ट पे लिक्विड से और नीचे से प्रेशर फोर्स कम लग रहा है इन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन, तो क्या होगा? वो ऑब्जेक्ट लिक्विड में सिंक कर जाएगा. इट विल नॉट फ्लोट इन द लिक्विड्स. नाउ लेट अस सी हाउ और व्हाई द ऑब्जेक्ट फ्लोट्स और सिंक इन अ पर्टिकुलर लिक्विड. हाउ डज इट डिपेंड्स the floating or sinking of the object in a liquid. Let us see now. Now let us see why do the object floats or sink in a liquid. क्यों कोई ऑब्जेक्ट लिक्विड में फ्लोट करता है या सिंक करता है. Let us see the condition. You take a beaker or any container in which you fill the water in it. You take another container. In this also you fill the water. पानी भर दीजिए. एक और कंटेनर लीजिए, इसमें भी आप पानी भर दीजिए. हम 3 कंटेनर से दिखा रहे हैं कि we have to discuss the 3 condition. Now, in first condition, I have taken a wooden block at this position. I am showing the wooden block. In this case, the upthrust force acting by the liquid in upward direction and the weight of the block, that is W, is acting in downward direction. What happens if upthrust force Fa exerted by the liquid is less than weight of the object? अगर लिक्विड का अपथ्रस्ट फोर्स कम है किससे? इस वुडन ऑब्जेक्ट या ब्लॉक जो दिए हैं इस ऑब्जेक्ट के वेट से. वेट यू नो दैट m into g होता है. देन व्हाट विल हैपन? this wooden block or a substance will sink in the liquid. वो क्या होगा? डूब जाएगा, वो पानी में डूब जाएगा. Now let us see the second case. Here is a wooden block. The upthrust force is acting in upward direction, and the weight of the block W in downward direction. If here, what happened? Upthrust force Fa is greater than the weight of the object immersed in the liquid, then what will happen? The body or the object will rise up from the liquid and it will float on the surface of the liquid. If upthrust force is greater than the weight of the object immersed in the liquid, then the object will rise up and will float in the liquid. Now in the third case, what happened? Here also upthrust force Fa and weight mg, or W is equal to mg is acting downward. If here upthrust force is equal to the weight of the liquid, यहाँ पे upthrust force और weight of the liquid अगर बराबर है, then object will float at the free surface of the liquid, just below this surface के ही अंदर वो float करेगा, ऊपर नहीं जाएगा. यहां जैसे पानी के ऊपर या लिक्विड के ऊपर ऑब्जेक्ट जाके फ्लोट कर रहा है, लेकिन इस केस में क्या होगा? द ऑब्जेक्ट विल फ्लोट बट इट विल बी एट द सरफेस, इनसाइड द सरफेस ऑफ द लिक्विड, अंदर ही यहां पे वो फ्लोट करता रहेगा. सो इन दिस वे यू कैन कोरिलेट व्हाई डू एनी ऑब्जेक्ट float or sink in a liquid. On the basis of this, a famous principle is given by the Archimedes. What does the Archimedes principle says? When an object is immersed partially or wholly in a liquid, it experiences an upthrust force, and that upthrust force is equal to how much? That is loss in weight of the object when immersed in the liquid. So children, I will discuss in the next class more detail about the Archimedes principle and the numerical related to this topic. Till now children, you should go through this topic, whatever I have explained today. If you have any confusion, you can ask during the questionnaire period. Till then, children, remain or stay at home, be safe, and always focus your interest towards the study. I hope we will meet again in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day, children.